Hello everyone. So welcome to my channel. This is Biswarath. So today I bring a new topic for you. So receivable. I've already placed a last time video of customer invoice. Now we are going to learn the customer receipts, right? Standard receipt. How you can make a receipt into the system. Okay. So basically, before giving you a information, receipts are divided into two parts into Oracle, right? One is a standard receipt, and there is another one called your miscellaneous receipt. So today we are going to see a standard receipt, right? You can see over here, this is receipt is the receipt, remittance is the credit memos, bills receivable, customers. All these informations will be available over here. You can see over here accounting out of it. So let us go down and create receipt out of it, right? Click on create receipts. See, this is manually you can create receipt. You have a spreadsheet, you can use it, how you can able to, create your receipts. And if you have automated receipt which is coming from your logbox or direct debits, more of that can be created into the system automatically by the system, the way you configure the system. So system will create those receipts automatically, whatever the data that from the integration we got from the logbox file from the bank, right? So every day what happens, automatic receipts gets generated into the system and being applied on the invoices automatically. So let us see what is this all receipt is all about, customer receipt, right? You can see over here, this is the screen. This is the create receipt. Receipt type. You have two types of, as I mentioned, two types of receipts, standard and miscellaneous. Standard receipts are those receipts, particularly where you will have customer will be available and customer invoice will be available, so that the standard receipt can be created against that customer and can be applied to that particular customer invoices, right? All the open invoices you can apply this customer invoices, correct? Now say for example, there is a customer ABC, customer is there, you have a customer invoice ABC, customer, you have raised an invoice a month back and payment term is 30 days and you have already done an invoice. Now you got the receipt from the ABC customer. So this is how you can do the customer receipts. Status is new. The moment you are creating a new receipt, right? Standard receipt status will be always new. Okay. Business unit, you will have to provide which business unit does it falls into. So business unit information has to be provided over here. Let us say provide business unit name. Now click on tab, press on tab. So you can see over here, the moment you press on tabs, all these gray buttons has become activated, right? It has all got activated. So you have to provide a receipt method. So let us understand what does receipt method mean by, you know, a receipt method could be different types of receipts class, actually more of like you can say, if you are getting the a receipt from the check, or if you are getting the receipt through the EFT, or you are getting the receipt from the logbox or credit card. So these are different types of methods. Normally a business gets the money from the customer. Okay, so say for example, we have got a receipt, select this one, check as the receipt method, right? You have received a check from the customer and you can provide a receipt number, right? Receipt number, you can provide. So provided there is a receipt number out of it. And the next one here is the currency, the business unit, the base currency, whatever you have done the system setups, right? You will get the by default that currency. And if you are getting the receipt in any other currency apart from the base currency, you can change. So see, all the currencies are available. If I am getting the receipt from the customer in euro, if it is an international customer, right, euro or GBP, you can able to choose any of the currency provided over here. Subject to condition, you should have the currency conversion rate in place. If that is not there, system will not calculate the accounting entry, because the conversion rate is not there, right? So how system is going to calculate what is the conversion, if that information is already not defined into the system. So you need to make sure that is there any other currency apart from the base currency you are getting receipt. Make sure that your currency conversion rate primarily it has to define well in advance before you do any kind of a receipts, right? So the enter amount you got a receipt, say for example 100. I've just provided 100. So this is whatever like amount you have provide. Tax rate code, you can provide any kind of a tax, because since see already you have applied tax right at the invoice level, so you don't need to apply over here. So that is not required. So you can skip this part. Receivable specialist, nothing but who is receiving the information from the customer, particularly those information has to be provided over here. So you can say over here your receipt from customer ABC, right? You can provide it over here. And receipt date, you can provide here the current receipt date, which is the today's date. You have got the information. You can change whether you have got that information or check out tomorrow. Sorry, yesterday. You can change it. So you can change the receipt date. Accounting date, you can provide this date as of today, right? You got the accounting entire month will be open, right? You want to do the accounting as of today or any other day. You have to pick that date. And maturity date, when this check is going to be mature, you can provide, because after check you have to present it to the bank. Once the realization happened, then only the maturity happens, right? You have received remittances also. Then so many processes are there. We are going to see in one more next video, right? So maturity date, I just provide 1 week's time I've given over here. The postmark date, you can provide some kind of a date over here, the postmark date. Attachment, if you want to have any kind of attachment, you can provide over structured payment reference. This is more of like any kind of a reference information that you want to provide over here, then you can provide it over here. Bank of America, because this receipt method is already defined, this Bank of America. So by default, the bank information will be picking from the receipt method itself. You don't need to mention, because this banking information primarily, at the time of defining those receipt method, you'll have to provide this banking informations, your bank branch and bank account. So in another video, I'm going to elaborate how to create bank branches and account, and how to use those banking related information in payables and receivables and GL everywhere, right? Cash management system. So we'll see that. So deposit date, today if you are going to deposit to the bank, you can provide this date, or tomorrow you want to deposit to the bank, you can provide tomorrow's date, right? See, this is as of now open, no data has been provided. Now you have this receipt information, everything has been provided. You have remittance bank, which has been already provided by the system based upon the receipt method. Now you have a customer account number or name. Either way, if you know the number, you can provide, or if you know the name, you can provide here. Just type it, system will populate that information. Just I'm typing over here. No, here it's not populating. So let us go down to the find button in the name and search, right? So just select this particular customer, click on OK. So the moment you click on OK, right, you have got all these informations, right, from the customer related information. So from which site you are getting this, particularly received for that particular customer, right? We can provide these informations, right? So customer bank, earlier it was not available. This bank branch, and bank account, only the customer information. Now say Oracle provided this is the additional information, customer bank. So basically from which bank customer has provided you, this is a non-mandatory information. However, if you need, you can provide. So bank branches and bank account, right? So this is how more of like these receipts we created into the system. Okay. And this is additional information, as you can see. More of like this is coming from the DFF values. Suppose what happens in any kind of a business, right? For receipts, if the business partner, the company asks you, right, to create some kind of additional information which is not provided through the mandatory information. So normally we created those DFF. DFF stands for your descriptive flexi field, we say. Okay, so once a DFF information we configure into the system, we'll have to provide those informations over here. Then only the data will be available in the system, right? You can see over here there is some by default data is coming, okay, like this. So this is already system, already you have defined these elements over the additional information. So this is a non-mandatory requirement. Okay, now this part is we have provided all the information. Now here add open receivable, right? this particular customer, I am going to apply this particular receipts, right, to which invoice. There will be open invoices will be available into the system. So if I do not provide over here, it will be open receipt for me. However, um, the open receipt is still not applied to any kind of a invoice as of now. Okay. Now you can see over here in the right side top over here, submit and create another. If you scroll down here, or just below down, there are three things you can able to see over here. Submit is there, submit and apply manually, submit and auto apply now. So the definition of these three, basically, if you submit, it is open receipt. If you submit and apply manually, system submit this particular receipt will be done, and it will again, you have to go down to the open receivables and search there what are all like open invoices. You can apply to any of the open invoices manually to the system. Okay. Submit and auto apply now. See, submit and auto apply, there is a functionality in Oracle receivable, right? Auto apply, or there is a auto match rule is there in receivables. So what system does, if you have done that setups auto match rule set, what happens is that more of like the moment receipts being created, system identify based upon this matching criteria to the open invoices and apply that particular open receipts to the invoices which is identically matching to that particular invoice, that receipt to the invoice. So this is purely automatic way of applying, so there is no manual intervention from the user perspective. I mean, in a lot of industry, right, every customer does ask this particular scenario, right? We don't need to apply the receipts to the invoices through any kind of a manual intervention. Please get me this fixed automatically. In that context, we just define those auto apply rule set, and the moment system creates any kind of a be it a manual receipt or be it automatic receipt, this is going to be applied over to the customer open invoices automatically. Okay. So I'm just providing here submit and apply manually, clicking over here. Now you can see my receipt has been created. My receipt which has been created, the status you can see, this is from the new, it has become cleared, right? Status has got changed. You can see over here, these are amounts, right? Entered, accounted, applied, unaccount, unapplied, exchange loss or key. So now I have not applied this receipt on any kind of a open invoices, and therefore this is showing in my unapplied amount. You can see over here, this receipt is still open. This is not applied to any kind of a customer open invoices. Now, since I've chosen, I can apply this particular receipt on the invoices, right? Open invoices manually. So system just save this receipt and provided me the option that from the unapplied amount I can apply this particular invoices. So what you can do, either you can do add application, means if you know that particular invoice, here below down you can provide. If we don't know, right, say for example I don't know that particular invoice number. Okay, so in that context what we need to do is add open receivable, click on over here. The moment you click on over here, system will populate one more window out of it. Purely it's a open receivable window. Now everything has been provided, just click on search. That's all you need to do. So the moment you do click on search, system will open all the open invoices. You can see here, this is the invoice number, right? Transaction number. These are all invoices system has already opened for this particular customer. So I received 100 US dollar as on today. So you can apply to any of the invoices based upon your business requirement, right? So based upon so you can see over here, normally we apply the receipt based upon each of the customer invoices. I'm just randomly applying to any of the customer invoice. I'm just clicking over here. Say for example, select this particular row. The moment you select this row, this has been selected, right? Grayed out. Okay, this is selected, not grayed out, selected. Okay, now click on add. The moment you click on add, right, I'm just scrolling down, you can see over here below down, this has been added. Okay, You can see over here, this has been added to the down below. Click on done. So the original invoice value was 933 US dollar. Now it has been 100 applied to the particular invoice. So the remaining balance is 833. Click on done. Now you can see over here. So today I've applied 100 receipt based upon the original amount, which is 933 dollar, and remaining balance is still for that particular invoice still open 833. So this is how we do receipt application to the standard invoice. The moment you applied, you can see over here you have unapplied amount is 100. Earlier it was showing. Now this has been removed and it has gone to total applied amount is 100. Okay. Finally, this invoice got so this invoice got applied, this receipt got applied on the invoice. Okay, now you can see over here. Now say for example you want to unapply this, receipt on this particular invoice. Already this is selected, right? Already this is selected, just unapply applications. So what happens is that again you can see the unapplied amount, it has gone back to 100. You have not applied anything. So I just reverse it back because I want to change it from one invoice to another invoice in some way, right? So what I need to do is more of like I need to figure it out which invoice I need to apply. So I have chosen the wrong invoice. Say for example, right? Just choose a correct invoice 933. It has come back to the original state. You want to apply to this particular invoice. So this is how we do the application of the receipt to the invoices, right? If you have done something wrong, also you can revert it back before you create the particular receipt on the standard invoice. So this is how the receipt application on the standard invoice is done. What you need to do is just save it. After everything is done, you'll have to save the particular information over here. So once this is saved, you can go down over here in the action and see the accounting, right? View accounting. Click on view accounting. Click on done. No, just a minute. Accounting in draft. Let us see accounting in draft. Okay. So the moment you click on the accounting in draft, system is going to show you the draft accounting because we have not posted to the general ledger. Okay. And after once you verify this, draft accounting all holds good, you can do the post to ledger. The moment you post to ledger has been done, system will post this particular accounting entry to the general ledger. Click on view accounting. Now you can see over here receipt has been created. So what is the accounting entry is more of like cash to the receivables, right? Because we have not done remittance, so this is just a standard cash receipt. So that is the reason this class has been taken as cash to receivables, right? Cash to receivable. Unapplied case, why it is coming 0 means already we have unapplied case earlier 100, and since we have applied to this particular invoices, so it is by default it will be 0. So see the accounting entry, it is cash to receivable. Click on done. Now you can action post to ledger. The moment you post to ledger, system will post this accounting entry to the ledger. Okay. Click on view accounting. The same accounting, whatever you have seen at the draft level, same accounting you can see over here. Okay. Okay, fine. Now you can see the status is final here. Okay. That means this accounting has been posted. Okay. Now save and close. This is how basically we create the receipt against that particular customer invoice. If you want to reverse this receipt, also possible. Click on reverse, system will reverse this particular receipt. It will ask you the reason if you provide all this information, right? Reverse payment, you want to do a reversal of this receipt. That is how we can, just keep some payment reversal reason, then this receipt is going to be reversed, right? The moment you provide reverse, system will reverse this receipt. So this is all about the standard receipt. Now you can see over here, this receipt has been reversed. Okay. Thank you for watching my channel. Have a good